Hello there, guys. Welcome back to another one. And the knockout phase is will soon begin, but it's already taking shape. It's already taking shape. But before, we look at how it's taking shape, and then probably I'll still make a video on what was my knockout prediction and how is it going? Or maybe I make another one because that one already seems like it's popped. There's some things that I took to be going through, but they are not going through. And yeah, some games some games have been hitting, some games have not been hitting, some games are filled with emotions, some games are just pure vibes, like literally. Starting with the Ecuador versus Germany game, right? That Ecuador versus Germany game was pure emotions, and I'm saying it because of Moise Caicedo. Like, I Moise Caicedo, I started like thinking about it, and then I was like, yeah, I've talked about Enzo Fernandez leaving, and I really understand that it might, how will I say it might be that we failed him, and also Cucurella not achieving what we really have told him that we're going to achieve and stuff like that. And even if Rich James leaves because he wants to win the Premier League and stuff like that with all of his injury problem. One player that, if you really ask me, that this person has given a lot, the only time that we saw that he was not good enough was first half of the first season that he played. To me, I feel like for the rest of that season it was okay, but from the beginning he was trying to get his feet and was trying to get his leg. But since after then, he has been the best player for Chelsea last year, and he's been very wonderful. Sorry, not last year. Last season. And then even though he was having some problems towards the end of last season, also he was still the best player, kind of one of the best player, barring Joao Pedro, and maybe you can sneak in a Robert Sanchez a little bit. But the truth of the matter is, Moise Caicedo has been very good for us and is very good for his country. It seems to be like very unlucky in the sense that, and I don't mean unlucky in the sense that maybe he does not have good players or he does not have all of that, but he does not have like what other players have. It seems to be like the one to carry the team. Because let's take, for example, that Valencia guy from his country, right? Valencia guy from Ecuador. I thought he was the one that was going to at least carry the attack or kind of gel the midfield with the attack together with a Moise Caicedo. And then in the defense, we have like Ipacho that is going to link all of those things together. Ipacho, and then on the left back, and then Capita is playing for Arsenal, right? But the truth of the matter is, it's just very bleak and it's opaque in the sense that this guy is carrying Chelsea and he goes again to like his national team and he's still the one carrying them. Like, you can say because he has not scored any goal, you can say, oh, why is he the one carrying them? But if you did watch the games that they've played, 3 games that they've played, you would understand that this guy is leaving blood, sweat, and tears on that pitch. Like, he, the way he plays, some will say, oh, he's so aggressive, but he's playing with so much experience of his at his age that he's not supposed to really have, that people are not really looking at him so much because they are looking at him like, oh, it's a Moise Caicedo. But that is one thing that me I'm doing, is that he's actually really good, and I think more light needs to be thrown on him. Like, sorry, maybe he does not want it, but to be frank, more attention needs to be thrown on him. He needs more PR. Like, Cole Palmer's PR is more than this guy. How is that possible? But it just seemed like it's very sad for him, or very sad for even me as his very diehard fan, that everywhere he's been, every team, even when he was at Brighton, was carrying Brighton. When he came to Chelsea, he started carrying Chelsea. Even in his country now, he's still carrying them. Like, he's still doing all the dirty works in midfield. He's the one trying to link everything up. He's still playing as a 10. He's still playing as a back-to-back, box-to-box 6. He's still playing as a 8. Like, bro, Enzo Caicedo is doing everything at his club. That's why if he comes to Chelsea, at this moment, yes, I don't mean like transfer. I mean like he's in Chelsea, but if he comes back, bro has not had rest for like 2 summers now or 3 summers. Bro, he's actually trying. He's absolutely trying, and this is one of the reasons why I did say in one of my long videos that I would have been so happy if maybe he got like a slight injury and he was not going to. It's kind of selfish, but it's just the truth of the matter. They don't cherish him so much. They don't. They don't. And then we switched on to Turkey versus USA. I'm not going to talk about all of the games because some of the games were just like draws that were not really meaningful, but meaningful in the sense that okay, the 1 point is just going to give you 4 points, and if you're third or if you have like a lesser goal difference or a more goal difference, it just means you're probably going to go through, right? And that's just one certain uh about this World Cup. It's been good so far. Everything has been good. The rules, the way the ref has been leading, treating the games has been actually good, except from having 3 teams to go through, and 3 points is enough for you to go if you have a good goal difference or if you have more goals scored, and also all of those halftime. Sorry, I say halftime. Yeah, like mid ad breaks, all those refreshment breaks, where even if there is no sun, even if the weather is chill, even because right now the weather is so chill, like there is no even sun, there is nothing, and like they will still do all of those breaks. Except from that, everything has been good and everything has been spot on to some extent. So I was talking about the Turkey versus USA game, and that game was very meaningful because Turkey is already out of the competition. USA played their second team, but with USA playing their second team, Turkey Turkey beat them 3-2, and USA scored two against Turkey. The game was just very funny because the way Turkey was playing, they were playing like, oh, if we win like with 50 goals now, we can still. Wait, actually, I think if they actually did win with 50 goals, they'll probably qualify or five. But they couldn't just do it because Yudis was not on form. Adagule was actually on form. And I think I have actually misjudged Adagule throughout this competition. It's kind of like a Moise Caicedo, even though there was a game he was not really too into it. But this last game and one other game that I watched, I forgot against who, but one other game that I watched, he was actually in the game, trying to spark everything, moving back and forth, box to box, creating a justice dribbling. And Aguero was on fire in the last game. I don't know what other people will say, but to me, I felt like he tried his best. But I said I was going to point out some guys from that Turkey team. Let me point out some of these guys. I don't really know them in their from their team or wherever. But where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Is he? Where is the guy? Like that guy is a flop. Like I think it's Oxan. No, it's not this one. Kokshu. Yes. I was going to point out this guy, Okun Kokshu. This guy is a flop. Like I'm telling you, forget about his heat map at the moment, forget about his age, forget about his ranking. This guy was a the way he was playing was no. He was not together with the team at all. Like he was not together with the team at all. And there are some of the other players, the goalkeeper, and one of the other defenders, they were just playing like they were not cut out for it. Like they were not cut out for the job. But Turkey is out, and they were one of the teams that I thought were actually going to go through in their group, and sadly for them, they're out. But the game was a meaningless game, but it was just a very funny game because of the way Turkey were playing. They were playing really aggressively, really putting their foot into it, and then that's the way they should have actually started the competition on that front foot. And then we saw France batter Norway 4-1. France beating Norway 4-1. It was like an absolutely not important game at all. Like very, very not important. Uh, like France just beat them 4-1. They scored like 2 goals in like the first 10 minutes, 12, oh, in the first 20 minutes, yeah. France scored 2 goals in the first 20 minutes. And yeah, they immediately responded, that is not really immediately responded to them by scoring just as they were celebrating the second goal. After Dembele had just celebrated the second goal, Asgard scored the one that they scored, and it was a very funny game because it was a very funny thing because I was always saying, or I'm always saying that the France defense still has a problem. If there's an attack that can actually kill that defense, they will probably have a problem, and that's why I kept on nagging on Senegal, saying like they're very annoying because Senegal had the form of that attack that could actually break the defense. But every time they always wanted to keep on breaking the defense or doing something, they would one of the attackers of Senegal will always just spoil it, or they will just probably shoot above. And that's one thing. African players, like African nation, please let's be doing shooting drills. I know we do it a lot, and I know we have a lot of people who can shoot actually, but let's be frank, there's not a lot of shooters. Drogba was not. Drogba was very good at positioning himself, also shooting at times, but was really good with his head. Osimhen is very good with his head. When it comes to shooting, there are some slight this thing that I have. Me personally, I don't know about anybody, but me personally, there's some slight things I have with Osimhen shooting. Lookman can shoot, but as we can still see it. Like if I keep on mentioning names, it's only maybe a Samuel Eto that will come in and then we'll be like, oh, that was an insane person that could shoot the ball, or maybe a Yaya Toure, and all of some of the midfielders actually do have that ability. But we actually do need to look at our shooting. So France beating them 4-1, Dembele got his hat-trick, and I think General Mbappe was the star of that show. Olise tried. I saw Olise like tracking back to the defense, doing a lot of stuff. But good for him to get his fitness. Mbappe 2 assists. Doué also got his goal. Good for them. Good for them. France is on the flying. I sincerely don't know a team that can actually match the firing power of France. I don't actually know. But their defense is a problem. Their left side is actually a problem. And their right, not really, because Doué and Chouameni does a lot. Kone also does some quite decent, even though in that previous game. It's not a very important game, but France is on a high. Bosnia beat Qatar. I didn't even go to all of those games. I saw the games, but I did not even really bother about those games. And then Senegal at the same time beat Iraq 5-0. Now, this Senegal second team, I feel is much better than their first team. Like, with money in it, because money is in the both of them. But I feel with money in it, it's much better than their first team. Let's be frank. Let's just quickly do like a slight comparison, right? And I'm going to talk about like their shooting ability because I've talked about that already. Sarr in the number 9 is better than him being on the wing. True. Kamara is much better at linking up with the defense because he knows that he has to do that. And he knows that he's a baller. Diarra, this guy I was saying to some guys at the beginning, like when the game was about to start, that is someone that I think can do something. Habib Diarra. What country is he from? Oh, Sunderland. Of course. Of course. Why did I not know? After they've beaten Chelsea twice in last season. But also Mbaye, Diatta, Serk. Like, this guy played much better than Koulibaly. I don't want to see Koulibaly in their next game against England. I don't want to see Koulibaly. Like, just leave Sek and Niakate. And then, I don't know what's going on with their defense. Maybe Mendy is still back. Or this guy also did very well. Like, you can say maybe it's Iraq, they got a red card and all of that. But see, can you see all of these red flops here? It's not just because of anything. It's not just because maybe they were making mistakes. Yes, they were making some mistakes, but for them to capitalize on it. And Iliman Indiaye coming in is much better than all of these guys. Papa Gay, yes. And this Papa Gay from Villarreal. I think their coach needs to re-examine his status and understand that this second team has something to give than that first team. Because these ones, they know that they have to prove themselves together with the leadership of Mani and Gay, this other Gay that is from Everton. but they have something more to give. I, I'm not their coach, but I'm just saying it depends on their coach. And the one games of last night was Saudi Arabia versus Cape Verde. Dead game. Like these two teams, yes, I know Cape Verde is good defensive, but Saudi Arabia does not have anything at the moment. Like they need to really go back home, reevaluate their chances, reevaluate the people that are in their team, reevaluate how they are also bringing up their stars. Like, yes, I know Ronaldo is in their league, but Messi is doing much better than what Ronaldo is doing at the moment. But I just have to sleep that in. But yeah, Saudi Arabia needs to exercise whatever they've been doing. Spain versus Uruguay yesterday. Oh, Spain could not break down Uruguay so much. And the goal that came from Uruguay, the goal that came from Spain was like a mistake because their goalkeeper was shit. The Uruguay goalkeeper. The guy is 40 years old actually. He's 40 years old. Like Muslera. People that know football know him. Muslera. 40 years old. Guy is still having problem. It was one of their problems in the last World Cup. I don't know what their coach was doing, bringing him back again for this World Cup. But Spain beat them 1-0. Goal from Baena, and Spain was just solid defensively. Yamal was not on it. Obviously, he's 18 or 19 years old, and it's going to be tough for him understanding how all of these South American teams play. But next up, Egypt versus Iran. They're true. Egypt is true. So like they really needed not to do anything for. They just needed to help their Iran brothers. I don't know if they are both Islamic countries, but they just needed to, yeah, they are. If you see their flag, yes. So they just needed to help their brothers or their fellow people, let them get a draw and go through to the next game. And Belgium beat New Zealand 5-1. Most convincing performance from Belgium that I've seen actually in the whole competition. Much looking better. Van Aken in that midfield was gorgeous. Telemans is still flopping. Like, just remove. I know he has the experience, but just remove Telemans and leave Onana there. I know. Also, when he came on, it was quite midi, but that and the attack is looking bleak. It's looking so oblique. Like, yes, I know Trishan got 2 goals yesterday, but bro, nothing, bro. I don't know. Dikitelari, I used to have like so much hope in him, watching him from the Serie A, but it does not really look like on his front foot playing for Atalanta. Like, it does not really look at his front foot. And Baba Lakaka, bro, I know he did not play much meaning yesterday. He got an assist and a goal, but they still have some problems that they need to fix. They still have some problems that they obviously need to fix. But that's it. That's it. I think that was the end of the games. I do not really watch too much of all of these games because I needed to sleep. I was tired. And that's just it for the World Cup. And the wait, how do I check this now? The knockout phase is already I'll do that for another video. I'll do that for another video. That's it for me in this video, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell me, guys, in the comments, what have you guys watched? I know some of you are actually here catching up with the World Cup with me, understanding what some things have been doing lately or what some things have been doing generally. Some things have been good. Some things just need some slight improvement. Like, just reevaluate. Don't let it get into your head so much about how good you are playing. But just try. Go back to the training field. You guys watch your game. Like the way I saw some clips about Portugal squad, what they were doing with Bruno Fernandes. You're watching that game again, reviewing it, and that's actually a very good thing to do. Watch your game, see where are you guys lacking, where is the combination are lacking, left, right, center, and all of that. Well, we are waiting for the knockout phase because it looks like all of the old teams have already been established already in the knockout. We're waiting for that and probably try to be able to put out a knockout video before it generally starts. There's just one game today, then the England game, then Argentina's game, then Most exciting game for today, sorry, I think it'll be tomorrow's, like in the night, is actually uh Colombia versus Portugal, Algeria, Austria. And I think whatever happens in DR Congo versus Uzbekistan is going to determine who does England play in the knockout phase. But still, that's it for me, guys, in this video. Oh, it's already 21 minutes. Just make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Like, thank you guys for being there. Thank you guys for watching. For those of you guys that are watching, and if you've been here to the end, tap that like and type the subscribe button. Thank you guys. Messi is the GOAT.